Welcome to our channel, where you can find the latest, most exciting and unmissable episodes from the dramatic TV series Beyond the Gates. If you are a fan of breathtaking twists, dark secrets and tangled relationships full of contradictions, then you have come to the right place. In today's video, we will bring you a special story, an unexpected event that can change everything, a shock that will shake the entire Dupree clan. Follow this shocking development, where a small life suddenly appears in the midst of a spiral of hatred and lies. Dani cannot believe the test results she just received from the clinic. She stared at the small piece of paper in her hand, her heart pounding and unable to control the thoughts swirling in her head. A wave of dizziness hit her as if the whole world collapsed under her feet. Pregnant. Those two words appeared clearly like a thunderclap, hitting her confused mind. She repeated them in her head as if to reassure herself that there must have been some mistake. But everything was clear. There was no denying it. She was carrying a small creature. And what terrified her the most was the truth she had deliberately avoided: who was the father of the child? During the following days, Dani lived in a state of extreme tension. Images of the obscure time between her and Andre kept appearing like a haunting movie. Their feelings were already tangled, complicated, full of temptation and deception. Andre, the dangerous but charming man, always pulled her towards the dark abyss. She had tried to break free from that vortex, but each time she left, she was pulled back more strongly by the mysteries he carried. In a moment of weakness and despair, she had turned to Andre as an escape from the oppressive reality that surrounded her. It had been a night of temptation and error, one that was now having irreversible consequences. Dani quietly returned to her small apartment, still clutching the pregnancy certificate as if letting go would cause her to lose her last shred of control. She sat down on the floor, her back against the locked door, tears falling silently without sobbing. She couldn't let anyone know. Not now. Not when everything was so messed up. Nicole, who had always treated her like a sister, would go crazy if she found out about this secret. Nicole and Andre's relationship was already strained. And if she knew that Dani was pregnant with the man Nicole had warned her not to get involved with, she would do anything to force Dani to abort the baby. Not only Nicole, but the entire Dupree family will be shaken. A child with an unknown father, related to Andre, the family's sworn enemy, will be a bomb that will shake the entire order that everyone is trying to maintain. Dani knows that. And she is even more aware that the child in her womb may become a victim of the plots, hatred and tricks that are about to explode from all sides. Meanwhile, Andre seems completely unaware of Dani's condition. He continues his secret power game, infiltrating every corner of the Dupree family, sowing doubt, instability and manipulating secrets that have been buried for many years. Andre is the type of person who never lets emotions sway his calculations. But Dani knows that deep inside him there is still a soft side that she has seen before. She once believed that he could change, that after all, the feelings between them were real. But now, she was no longer sure. Everything was slipping away from her control too quickly, and every minute was a struggle between reason and emotion. Dani tried to hide the secret, tried to continue her normal life among people who constantly scrutinized, judged, and tore each other apart with their eyes and words. But her body began to react instinctively. The morning nausea, the constant fatigue, the dark circles under her eyes from lack of sleep, all were signs that no one could ignore forever. Nicole began to suspect, and like a predator smelling blood, she silently watched Dani's every step. When her suspicions became true, Nicole did not react with sympathy or concern as Dani expected. On the contrary, it was not a simple choice. It was flesh and blood, a life forming inside her, a part that made her feel like she still had something to hope for amidst the rubble of her mistakes. Nicole's coercion made Dani take a step back, and she felt herself being pushed to the edge once again. She never thought she would have to face such a cruel choice between loyalty to the person who had supported her all this time, and an innocent child who had not yet been born. On a rainy night, Dani fled Nicole's house. She knew that if she stayed, She would lose everything, both her child and her right to decide her own life. She went to Andre in her last desperate moment, hoping that he would understand, would protect her. But when she stood in front of Andre's apartment, she didn't have the courage to knock. Inside could be a cold man, could be the one who broke her heart, and could completely deny responsibility. Dani stood in the rain, holding her stomach, tears mingling with each cold raindrop. She didn't know where she was going, nor what the future would hold. She only knew one thing. Her life was no longer her own. And the baby, no matter the circumstances, was the only life she could cling to. Dani's choice opened a new chain of tragedies for the Dupree family. Where secrets began to leak, conspiracies gradually emerged, and even the most stable relationships began to crack. The child in Dani's belly was not just the result of one wrong night, but the spark that could burn down everything this powerful family was hiding. And while everyone is busy fighting and betraying, that little life is still growing in the darkness, bringing both hope and danger to the future of all involved. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. The next episodes will be even more surprising and turbulent. Please follow and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of the next shocking developments from Beyond the Gates. Goodbye and see you in the next news.